Somebody who, I don't know whether he cares about what happens at the election or not, but he's not going to be standing, is George Christensen. He is a lion of the LNP. He's a man who's been unafraid to ruffle some feathers, but now he's planning to do it outside the parliament because he announced in the past couple of days he's quitting politics. He joins us now from far north Queensland. Well, great man. I've got to say I was surprised, disappointed, sad to see it, but you had always promised yourself that you'd pull the pin a little bit earlier than this, so why now?
Yeah, well, I've never wanted to be a lifer and die in the house. I said to myself originally 3 terms, and it's now 4, so, that's that. Before I get into this, Paulo, can I say to you, well done on that piece on that digger before. That's fantastic stuff, and I should say, while we're here on Anzac Day, thank you for the service for all the veterans watching tonight.
Yeah, bloody hell. Thank you, mate. That's the thing. The simple idea was, and I was thinking about it when we were just looking at a war memorial like there'd be in your electorate of Dawson or all the suburbs where there's just these names, and there are families who know everything about those names, but people just don't know. So we wanted to connect. But let's get back to you. Why now, though? Some of the things that either you had said or had been interpreted is that now's not the time for Conservatives anymore inside politics. That'd be frightening for some people watching this show to hear. What do you mean by that?
No, well, look, that's probably a bit of a misinterpretation of what I've said. I've said that our politics is broken, and I do mean politics, not our government. Our politics is broken when it comes to delivering a Conservative agenda. And that's because good people like yourself and Sky News exempted, we've got the mainstream media now, which has just become this absolute and utter activist organisation or activist conglomerate. And they really do try and drive the agenda. And the agenda is nowhere near Conservative. It is all left. I mean, Scott Morrison calls it the Canberra bubble, and as politicians we all try and break out of that, but we find ourselves sucked back into the vortex, particularly every time we're all down there in Canberra. And so something needs to happen, and it's cultural. It's more cultural. I don't think it can actually be fixed via legislation or via the ballot box. We need to fix this as Conservatives by taking on the issues in the culture and getting a shift in the populace.
So how do you see your role in that into the future? Apart from angry tweeter, what do you want to do?
Well, I might actually get back onto Twitter. I quit it a while ago, and I'm sure there's a bunch of lefties that need a touch-up on Twitter. So maybe I'll get back into that and take that up as a full-time gig afterwards. But no, look, I think that we can, wherever we are placed, it's a matter of speaking up. And I can be freer outside the Parliament, and a lot of people will probably, twitch nervously hearing that. I actually haven't been speaking my mind fully, Paul, so imagine when I'm off the leash. We need to do that, though. We need to shift the goalposts, because if we keep on just leaving it to the mainstream media, the Twitterati, academia, all of the groups that are on the public teat, if we leave the discourse up to them, we're just going to keep on tracking more and more and more left. So I'm not going to be quitting politics, mate. I'm still going to be actively involved in politics, just in a different guise.
Well, just to annoy everyone at Channel 2, you'll always be welcome on this program, no question about that. But for those that are watching, that look to people like yourself, Matt, you name it, a whole bunch of others, as thank goodness that person is on the inside. What's your message to those people who look to people like you, or you specifically, as somebody who is, thank goodness they're there because at least someone's on the inside fighting this crazy?
Yeah, keep on backing Conservatives. That's my message, because they need all the help they can get. Heaven knows, I know that the past decade plus that I've been in there, it has been a trial by fire, that's for sure. You put your head above the parapets, there's going to be lefties and people in the mainstream media that are going to try and shoot you. And I do mean shoot you, take you out. It's part of the cancel culture. They can't debate the ideas, they just try and take the person out. And they've tried that on many, many people who do put their head above the parapets and sort of promote conservative causes. So stick behind those people, get behind those people if you aren't already, and encourage them, because they've got a tough job.
So will you help the government try to hold on to the seat of Dawson, or are you going to pull a ghost and turn up the day after?
No way, mate. I'm going to help the LNP win. Actually, I am going to help, but quite honestly, I don't think that they're going to need it. The Labor vote is down to 20% in this part of the world, and that's on the back of Labor walking away from their traditional base. They've come over to the coalition and over to other conservative parties, and I don't think that's going to change too much. But I'm going to be out there helping and ensuring that legacy I leave in Dawson, along with a whole host of infrastructure that we've got in the region, such as the Mackay Ring Road, we'll be making sure that that there is an LNP member that replaces me that hopefully will have as much fire in his or her belly as I've had.
Even if that belly is somewhat reduced at times. All the best to you, mate. Thank you, George. I look forward to talking to you again in politics and then out of it as well, mate. Good on you for as hard as you've fought, and thank you for the privilege of talking to you tonight about this.
Thanks, PM.
Good on you, mate. There he is, George Christensen from his office in North Queensland.